Back for another week, gentlemen.
Man, we don't have many left.
We don't have many left in this season.
Have we decided if we're going around again, or are we knocking this on the head?
I reckon we decide at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see how the show plays out.
See how the show plays out. Yeah.
Talk to me in
We'll
full
be a chance we're about to blow this up.
Hey, I do have a question for you. You know when you're, I don't know if you guys have been on the bullet trains in Japan. They're real super quick,
No,
over
I haven't.
300 k's. But you've been on a train, right?
Yep.
Why is it that if you jumped in the carriage, you don't go flying backwards? Do you know what I mean? Like, so you jump
You stay in the same
up,
spot.
you stay in the same spot, but the train's moving, but you're not.
See, I feel like...
What are you asking here, Mark?
Nah, I just generally feel like there's a chance that we do not get renewed for a season 3 after I answer this.
We'll have a dig. I'll back you up. I'll support you whichever way
Why
you go.
are you
lad.
not moving, but the train is? I feel like if you're in the train, you're moving. And I think the frequencies of the velocities make you parallel and systematic to a movement so substantially
Couldn't have said it any
equipped
better.
that you force fields go forward.
Couldn't have said it any better.
Forcefully, force fields go further.
Couldn't have said it any better.
Sean One Johnson. Look at him.
Watch the sponsors roll in now, boys.
Forcefully, force field couldn't go any forward any better.
Let's get into the show.
Title of the show.
Playoff.
Round 2.
My mate to the left here. One heck of a career you've had, man.
To be able to be in this space, announce my retirement.
LeBron James, a shot in history.
And the Panthers have done it again. 4 premierships in a row.
A black wave pouring through Paris 2024. Back to black. New Zealand champions.
Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone!
6 of the best from Auckland FC.
We need a halfback.
I'm not playing.
I'm in, baby. I'm in.
Playoff.
What are you doing? Why you got your phone out
Nah, just
already?
getting comfy.
Well, he's got his phone out already. All right, we got a show for you. We are back for another show. It's the last week of the season. You guys are right. Shout out to our sponsors, Betcha, Frank, Gatorade. Oh, Marc, you want to do your Gatorade?
Oh, I can do Gatorade. Gatorade sweat, embrace it, replace it.
I feel like some furniture might be moving in this show. Hey, at the end of the day, we'll still be friends, all right? I love you.
100%.
I love you.
Nah, no hard feelings. No hard
me
feelings,
just-
boys.
let me
But what
just-
a weekend of sport.
Let me just say that. Hey, we've got a lot to get through on the show. Can we just, Mark, I know we've got a Shaun Hub in there. I want to talk about the NBA finals that are coming up. You got to rank some goats, but can we get to the meat and gravy?
The meat and gravy?
The meat and gravy.
That's the Betcha Match Ups?
Because I feel like we could be in trouble here. There could be a couple of disagreements going on.
All right. You want to get straight into how the weekend of sport went?
Oh, please.
All right, let's do it. This is your Betcha
Please,
Match Ups,
Mark,
and the
please.
results are in.
Yeah! Woo! Hang on, Matua.
Is that what the phones are out for?
The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
Woo! Give me my belt. Hey,
What are we doing here?
I just want to take this
What are
moment
we
to
doing?
apologize. All right, I need to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Bro, put your legs away for starters. One
That's
ball's
what it
almost
is,
out.
10 people. Woo!
There you got both your nuts out. What are
I
we
got
doing
it
here?
all out. I got it all out. What are we doing here?
What are we doing
We
here?
are celebrating, my boy.
What are we celebrating?
We are celebrating
What are we... You,
a
look,
long, hard-fought battle that ultimately came down to one of the final Sundays we're going to have on season 2.
what did I miss? When did this become a part of what I put forward? Like someone...
What I put forward.
Tell me...
It's what the Betcha Match Ups put forward, baby.
Tell me what part of Shaun winning this whole thing was a part of what I said.
Honestly, like,
So you
between
give
us,
someone
though,
an olive branch, right? This is why it's good to have people like Shaun in your life, because they'll make sure that you have to meditate. You know, like I've been meditating just because I'm around Shaun a lot. You know, it helps me keep my blood pressure down. But it just doesn't make any sense that you can
Please.
go sub 500 and win the competition. That a mate can help you out, give you an olive branch so you don't have to do 24 hours of a stream, and somehow your face is sitting up there. Like, to be honest with you,
26 hours.
Was it 26? Is that what I got to, Mark?
I got to
No, I
26.
still see his face up there.
boys.
It was a very Shaun season, you know, like, he took an absolute hiding. You know, we see all that for the last 13 years.
Yeah.
Went below 500. But I can actually kind of see where you're going from, like, this is what it must have felt like when you lost the Dally M.
Oh, Wow.
Like, everyone knew you won, but at the end of the day, and shout out to Kalen Ponga, it's not against you. We love some KP. But you didn't win the Dally M. This must be what that felt like.
You know what I want?
Is that what it felt like?
You know what I
Because
want?
like at one point did I say, if you win this weekend, you win the whole thing.
This is the thing, all right? This is the thing. You come at me all you want over there, mate. All I know is that I won the Betcha Match Ups, baby. All right? And that's all I know. My head's bobbling along the bottom there. All right? Don't you go back on your word.
But my word
You put
wasn't
it
that
in
you win the
place, mate.
whole thing. I said you didn't have to do the thing downstairs.
Mate.
I said you didn't have to stream.
It was the final week, mate.
That
What do you
also
mean?
you didn't have to stream.
What do you mean? If I'm not doing that, I win. You lose.
That
and
means
that's why I
that
got the
I-
strap around my shoulder.
That means that I would be going out to sing in front of
You know what I
the Silver Ferns.
You know what I mean?
If I may, gentlemen, if I may. So the wording was all or nothing. If you win this, you don't have to do your punishment. Basically, you win this season.
Thank you, mate.
So
Thank
let's
you.
go through this week's Betcha Match
Thank
So
you,
Ups.
mate.
what do you need? What do you need? Do you
Hey.
need me to say you won?
No, I
Marc.
don't need anything from
Marc,
you.
Shaun won.
Hey.
All right. Shaun lost every week this week.
This is the thing,
This
bro.
is the thing. But Shaun won. Neeks. Just so you know, Shaun won. He lost everything. Right? He lost, but Shaun won. All right? Who's listening? Guys, I know you saw every week. Just so you know, Shaun's face didn't pop up till the very end of the year. Shaun won. Shaun is the winner, everyone.
I think
means-
we're all winning
Yes!
with Shaun in those shorts.
at
Let's
that, bro.
quickly get through
I'm
into
actually
some of the
like-
matchups.
But, okay, we'll get into the Betcha matchups.
For starters, take my belt.
I'll just say, like, I'm proper feeling myself, man. What a great way to finish the season. I love Betcha. I hope they re-sign. And I've just had an absolute blast.
You are right.
know?
We're not having a third season.
I've
Bitch,
just
don't
had
even
an
worry about it.
absolute
We ain't back
blast.
next year. Don't worry about it. This is our final week.
All right, let's move through them. Gentlemen, we did get into the Betcha matchups. It was matchup number one. Shaun, you went with your, it wasn't your actually pick. It was Brook who took the first pick. And he said in the
Lydia.
US Women's Open Golf, Lydia Ko would have a top 5 finish. She was currently ranked 3rd overall, but it wasn't meant to be.
Nah, man, I even woke up on. I know you did too. Hey, woke up on Saturday morning to watch it.
I was watching.
Man, I tuned in. She was tied for 76th. I went, oh, this ain't good. She made it up to 26 though, so I'll take that. But yeah, I'm always going to bet on Lydia Ko. You have to bet on Lydia Ko.
Tied 26 in a major's not the worst,
Right.
but
you know,
unfortunately for Brooke, not good enough.
I'm always going to bet on Lydia Ko, baby. Let's go, Lydia Ko.
Let's have a look in the Super Rugby at
Actually,
matchup
this
number
is another
2.
thing that Shaun. You owe her $1,000 too.
Yeah.
It's another thing that you won't hold
She
your
come
word for.
collect for at some point. At least I'm putting up cash, pussy.
All right, let's see what happened
Hold
in
on,
Super
hold on.
Rugby.
I did put up money. If we went,
Oh yeah, hold on. 250. My bad, lad.
but if
My
we
bad.
went on how much you've made over the last 5 years or 10 years, you little.
No.
You put up next to nothing.
No.
That was all of not even 0.3% of what you made.
I can't believe
You look
you
like a
entered the
champion. I put up
conversation.
$1,000. You made $1 million over the last 13 years. Shut up.
I mean, that ain't a lie.
Moving through matchup number 2, and it is Super Rugby. Shaun, you had the pick, and you went with the Hurricanes at home against Moana Pacifica, and it was a good pick to have, with the score being
Yeah.
64-12. And gentlemen, we have a Super Rugby semi-finals set out, well, quarterfinals, that will move into the semi-finals. Did you watch the game? Any thoughts? Any feelings?
I don't need to watch the game. I know Brooks sat here last week with bold predictions around it, set up perfectly for Hardy to return home, blah, 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 blah. And I just knew that that was the end of him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, writing was on the wall, right? You got the Canes, who are sick and tired of hearing about Artie. As much as we love him, he's the people's champ, world's best player, not disputing that. But you got a team that is on the other side of this conversation, going, Artie, what happened earlier in the year? Mate, come on now. All right, let's not play tiddlywinks here, right? So,
Tiddlywinks, yeah.
yeah, convincingly.
It was, and I think there's a couple of storylines that Super Rugby has come out of this. I believe the Blues social media team got the rest of everyone fired up when it came to their post, which was commented on.
What's your take on that, Marc?
See, I thought what Artie wrote in the comments below, when the Blues did say, look, there's only one of us in the finals, that was a play on there. You know, there's only one team in the 09. There was a bit of a feud going on between the two. I think it's awesome. I thought the game, it's been interesting. It's added another element to the game when it comes to the fans. But I also thought Artie talking about lions don't concern themselves with the opinions of sheep. I actually took it as the outside noise. Artie wasn't referring to this as the Blues players or anything else like that. I hold Artie in high regard in the sense that he was saying, look, everything's going, all the chat that happens outside our game, we're the players, we're the ones who are in there, good luck, brothers, go the blue kind of feel. That's what I took from it.
You're such a nice person, man.
But you were saying you took something completely different out of it, bro.
Nah, I figured he was. Yeah, I think he wanted all the smoke. I think he believes there's 2 teams to 09. They beat Auckland. They beat the Blues. And I think it's a good thing to have. It's not like they hate them and like I don't like Hoskins Tutu and I don't like Reeks. Like they're brothers. It's just like this is my team. That's your team. We'll be All Blacks at the end of the day. But while we're representing these teams, bro, I don't care about you. I'll meet you in the middle of the field. Let that do the talking. I think he's got his team over here. Blues got their team over there, and I think it's a healthy rivalry to have.
Enough said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for the game overall.
Yeah,
I think
really
we
good for the
both
game.
agree. Good
Yeah,
for the
I
game,
think
no
it's
matter what.
Rugby
checks out.
needs something.
Something,
Yeah.
okay.
Totally. Speaking of needing something, they needed goals, and Inter Milan had none in sports matchup number 3, the UEFA Champions League final. Brook, you picked PSG.
Yeah.
And that was the right horse to back. Yes, with PSG in the finals beating Inter Milan 5-0. A drubbing.
I'm still pissed off that Hindo listened to Shaun so much that you changed all the faces down there.
What do you... What?
Like,
Can we just celebrate,
yes,
boys?
I didn't play 300 games
Can
for
we
the NRL.
celebrate?
Yes, I don't have 7 houses.
But it's not about that. You lost.
But come on. Like,
Speaking
But
of-
what I'll say, wait, can I just touch on the football?
what does
Yes.
it taste
Remember
like?
last week how I said that stat around Mbappe?
Marc, it was you?
Yes.
Yeah? Brooke, we're trying to talk sports here.
I don't give a
Okay. This
It was
is the bit I
Marc?
found out about the Mbappe thing, okay? I really was keen to clear it up. Hear this out, boys. Mbappe rejects a chance to join Real Madrid and stays with PSG in 2022. Okay? Real Madrid wins 2024 UEFA Champions League. All right? Mbappe joins Real Madrid the same summer. Real Madrid eliminated from 2025 UEFA Champions League in quarterfinals. PSG wins 2025 UEFA Champions League finals.
Amazing.
Like,
Amazing.
bro.
And you know what I was thinking too, though? Like, on the
Mbappe
flip
must
side of
suck.
this,
Bro.
useless.
bad for the team. Bad
Oh.
team morale.
How do you
him out of
digest
there.
that part? Like, what you're one of the poster boys of football worldwide, right? And Mbappe, yet you've got that hanging over. Like, what is that?
But he still had a heck of a year, though. He broke, like, not every record, but he broke a ton of records in
this
Real
is the
Madrid.
bit,
too.
like, you would give anything up, any individual accolade ever, goal scoring, all this stuff, right, to win trophies. Like, that's what anyone ever plays for. You win you play just to win trophies. All the individual shit, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm just, well, like, don't want to put words in people's mouths, but me, any individual thing I've got, it's like, nah, if I could take that all away to have a premiership,
What about this
you know?
fact, though, Shaun? Think about it this way as well. Like,
That's
Mbappe
tough, man.
obviously would have been expecting bigger money at different clubs. Would you forego your ability to build your family, everything like that, for the sake of a championship? Like, if he accepted less and stayed at PSG and wasn't
but
able to be paid as
what
much?
are we talking here? We're going, oh, here's 80 mil instead of 90.
yeah, like,
Again,
once you
yeah,
make
but
X
that's
amount of
what I
money,
mean.
you've made.
To
what
me,
money
it's
do you
like,
make,
to me,
you
it's
know?
like if the family is set,
I
right?
just had a realization there. I've never been in that situation.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, to be fair, Marto, it is different down here, though.
Yeah.
You know, like, it is. Like, the money we earn down here isn't life-changing. It can be.
It's not wealth.
It's not wealth.
It's
It's not
rich.
internal
Yeah.
wealth, though. So, if I'm Mbappe, bro, I mean,
Spiel.
maybe he did think he was going where the best possible chance was. That's probably what makes this worse, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
He's
tough one
back
for
in-
him to swallow.
He's back.
But
Well,
Cristiano's his favorite player, right? He's following Cristiano. You get to go play at Real Madrid. You don't know how everything's going to play out. You just
PSG 5-0.
you got to feel.
how do we
Next-
feel about a final where it's an
That's
absolute
absurd.
dickhead? Like, do we like having finals, or would we?
Nah, you obviously want that penalty shootout type of.
Because we're headed towards. I've got a feeling we're headed towards that in Super Rugby if the Chiefs can keep on doing what they're doing. I've got a feeling we're headed towards that with the NBA finals. Like, absolute.
Yeah, bro. I've got a
dickens.
feeling, bro. Okay, so
Free
you're
for all.
going to sweep, eh?
Yeah.
Nick's had a really good point, Shaun. I'm not even having a dick here. Stay with me here. Nick said, "Would you rather lose a really close semi-final or get blown out in a grand final? Like, which would you prefer?"
Oh, no, you'd rather get blown out in a GF. Just because...
Would you?
No, I mean, I'm probably thinking about this a bit different.
What I'm trying to say, though?
Yeah, 100%. Because it actually happened to us in 2013. World Cup semi, we scraped through against England.
So,
You know, yeah. and then the final Aussie pump us, and it was like, well, far out.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? But the fact that you're even and you're giving yourself a chance, that's why I say you'd rather obviously play in a GF.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd rather beat Melbourne in 2011 and play Manly the week after than lose to Melbourne in a tight one and never know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
The what ifs, eh?
The
Yeah,
what
the
ifs,
what ifs.
100%. Like, obviously, getting pumped in a GF though, man.
That's tough.
It was like us at the Rugby World Cup where we went up against that absolute grinder against Ireland, and then we get beaten in the next game because we'd put all our
Gassed.
energy into it.
That's
We
right.
gassed it.
That's right.
Hey, with the just while we're on football, the A-League GF
Yes.
that happened over the weekend. I don't want to sound dumb. Was that a one-off game?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
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 So for like every other game bar
Yeah.
the GF, there's a return leg.
GF one and done.
GF one and done.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on these leagues right now, making it so difficult to understand the sum of where we get to a winner. Because I have this
Super
right with
Rugby.
Super Rugby.
Bro, Super Rugby, help us, help yourselves.
Here's the thing. When everyone was looking at the table and you could see that the Blues had a better points differential than Moana Pacifica heading into this week, everyone was like, what is going on? Like, sure, they're identical on points, but when it comes to points differential, I think the Blues were plus 87.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the Blues are up somewhere, but the
As
Moana
well,
Pacifica
yeah.
were well down. And I was like, what's going on here? So then I had to go onto the official website to find the ruling, and it was to do with wins during the season outweighed
Points differential.
And I was like, okay, that's confusing. So same thing happens this week when
Yeah.
it comes to 6 teams being in quarterfinals.
Make it make sense.
Now, all of a sudden, if the Hurricanes lose and they are the highest
Yeah,
ranked
3 and 4
loser,
get a second life.
get a second life.
Yeah.
But if they don't, it's just put 8 teams into the quarters.
Or just have 4.
Or just have 4.
Straight semis, yeah.
Like,
Turn-
just go
straight
straight
semis.
semis. Because
Okay.
you're making it too hard for
too much
us.
rugby talk now.
Too much rugby talk. Now let's get into rugby league. Let's clean our souls with the NRL, and it was the Rabbitohs and the Warriors. And guess what? Shaun had the pick finally this week, and he picked correct. The boys got up against a sturdy Rabbitohs side. Warriors 36, Rabbitohs 30.
Far out, eh? Like, put a side away, man.
Far out. We'll take
Yeah,
it,
I'm
though.
feeling what yous are feeling now. Like, just started to get comfortable on the couch going, man, finally. How good's the points differential going to start looking now?
Could have a
Boys
40
can sort of
piece.
cruise the last 20, like get themselves ready for what's going to be a massive game the following week. But no, old Trell
So good, bro.
probably put on the 40 minutes of a lifetime. Probably one up there with the best 40 minutes I've seen from an individual to just drag his side back into the contest and made a game of it. But hey, another 2 points, boys.
Take that down, baby.
Another 2 points, and we move further into the positives. I think we're +5 or something now with our points differential. So we're getting there.
We're
Nah,
getting
but what
there.
Right, we're
hurts,
getting
though,
there.
We have to talk about Barney.
Yeah, what?
100%.
Man.
I don't
Like,
want to actually, but yeah, okay.
It's just like it's. I hope it's like that Steve Price year where he goes out and someone else comes in, they still win the premiership, and you do it for him. You know, but that's our best. Well,
But
you could say that's our best player.
He's our best player. He's our best player, hands
You
down.
know, like.
But the
far
thing is,
out.
one thing that we have proven, and Andrew Webster and the squad that they've assembled, their mindset around is whoever comes in, next man up mentality, it's proven to be really effective for them. And if you guys saw Dimitri in the weekend,
Yes.
Bro, so good.
right, he is ready for some minutes now. You know, like he picks up a bit of slack. Obviously, Jacko Ford's going to pick up a bit of slack. You got Fish in there again. So, like, they'll be fine. They'll cover it, but there's no
pieces.
It's not about one person taking that load. It's about everyone chipping in to try fill that void.
But we obviously lost you last year. Tohu's gone. Now you put Mitch as part of that. It's just so many caps. You're right.
Caps.
But it's a chance for someone else to step up and go
100%,
for
lad.
it.
Let's
but-
just run with that.
Ah, it hurts my soul.
But all I know, boys, is that they secured it for me.
That was it.
I love
That was
the Warriors.
securing- That
I
was
love the
securing it.
Wars.
Hey, just real quick, Shaun, does anything change from a game plan standpoint now? Or do they carry a different bench because Mitch won't be there for the rest of the season?
Oh, look, I don't know exactly where their minds are at, but I don't see how things would change too much from them from what they've been doing all year.
Yeah.
Boys, they've had players out, in and out, sort of, like obviously Mitch is a very big loss.
Fish and miss heaps.
Yeah, but you've got players in there that can do the job. Like it's proven. It's proven. I think having Jacko Ford is the big one in terms of like. I guess the strength of Mitch's game is the areas that won't necessarily get a lot of the reps. You always see him doing the tough stuff, and I think with someone like Jacko Ford there, especially Fish and the way he plays the game, Like we've got that in spades. You know, we do have those workhorses in spades, those real mobile middles that just get through a mountain of work. So no, I just think it's business as usual. I think they'll start again. They won't worry about who's out. They'll be like, boys, this is who's in. We know what it is. Mitch will be around the group still, you know, helping out, and we kick on, boys. We press on.
Are you allowed to say who's joining the show on Thursday?
Yeah. Can't wait for this, boys. Hey, drum roll, please. He is the current Dally M leader.
Come on,
as
now.
it has gone behind closed doors. None other than Luca Mikiapo.
Some more language, big baby. Let's
Yeah, he's coming in to join us on the show, and yeah, can't wait to talk about everything and his goal kicking. Oh, what?
All right, and finally, I can just say it, Brook, you did pick up the final leg in sports matchup number 5 with Betcha. The comeback, we asked, will any of the 1 and 3 teams make a comeback and make it through to the NBA Finals? Neither did. You were correct. You said none would. The Timberwolves going down 4-1 to the Thunder, and then the Knicks going down to the Pacers 4-2. They tried to breathe a little bit of life into it, which ends up with the fact that we will see the Thunder taking on the Pacers in this year's NBA Final. Small markets. Small market teams.
Yeah, it does. It's so small market.
Anyone who thinks that the NBA is scripted? No.
Yeah.
You know, we'll talk about NBA a little bit later.
The most boring finals, but
I want to get back to is,
Fucking
was it actually
rude,
you, Marc, that changed the faces down there?
Oh, no, I changed this one, though. There we go. It is complete. A full sweep season.
Hey,
2-1
can
by
I-
one Shaun Johnson.
Can I just close it out?
Does he taste nice,
Like,
Marc?
can I just close it out?
You got a little something down the side of your mouth. You might
bro,
want to
just
get
gonna
there.
Brook,
mute his
remember
mic.
we've got
His mic's been muted.
yeah.
All to you, Shaun.
Hey, I just want to say a big me to Betcha and the support that they've given us. This was no easy feat, all right? No easy feat. And obviously, I've got to pay my respects to Brook. A really good fight all year. But I am so honoured to receive the belt. Thank you so much, Betcha. We'll hopefully see you again in season 3.
Standing ovation.
Yeah,
Well
thanks,
done.
boys. Thank you. It actually means a lot. I appreciate everyone in the room. Thank you, guys. Let's get into the next segment, okay?
Playoff.
All right, let me steal this. NBA Final starts June 6th, which is right around the corner. And let me tell you, it's not a barn burner. Like, we all want, like, the Boston, LA, you know, Miami, you know, these big name franchises to be in it, but that's just not the case this year. I think OKC is going to be around for a while now.
I did read something the other day where it was like, here's proof that this isn't scripted, because if it was scripted, New York would be in this final.
And I would have loved to see New
big
York in the
market,
finals. You
yeah.
know, like, you get the Garden rocking. You get Jalen Brunson hitting a couple threes. You get Cat calling some, yes, oh my God. Like, if you get that energy in the finals, like, we all wanted that. But that's not the case. Indy showed up and they showed out. And I saw a couple things from this series, and I gotta be honest with you, Shaun, Marc, I haven't watched Indy. Like, I haven't really watched
has?
Indy. I think it's, we're all like, oh, okay, these guys can kind of play.
I did. I had Benedict Mathurin in my fantasy squad for a bit.
Yeah. He was watching them during the year. I was like, what
Yeah,
are you doing?
No, I wasn't. Couldn't care less.
I'm such a
couldn't
loser,
care less.
fantasy loser.
Like, I'm hoping that after hearing Brook like break this bad boy down and offer some insights here, that I can watch the NBA Finals with a bit of something.
Yeah, and
you know what I
think
mean?
they
That's
might
what you're
have a
about to
chance.
do for our audience. So come on now.
So there's one part that I haven't shown in here, and one thing that you when you just watch the game, it's something you don't really see in the NBA, but Indy picks up 94 feet, so full court, for the entirety of the game. You don't see that in the NBA these days. Like, they are picking up full court, and there was a part where, this is in Game 6, they were picking up full court, they had made a couple shots, and then you're just trying to get into your opponent's head, and when Jalen Brunson headbutted Nembhard, I was like, oh yeah, this series might be over right now.
What does picking up full court mean?
So, when you score a basket, and it's always off a made basket, this is a really good question, Marc. So, off a made basket,
Nice, Mark.
the point guard normally just brings the ball over and there's no defense on them.
Right.
But this is, you've got the full team picking up full court. So Brunson had to get over the half. He was being defended up and down the court. And they play 82 games a year. You know, like, you don't really pick up full court. But you're going to wear them out over the entirety of the game. And just imagine it like a coworker that you have that you don't like, and they're emailing you all day going, the timeline's coming up. You know, we have you finished the project? Like, it's that annoying.
It'd just be like
coworker
working with Brook, you know?
that you have all day. All day. I'm not biting. I'm not biting.
I'm sorry,
anymore.
lad. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go.
But so I think they have that going for them. And when they play OKC, like, you're just trying to wear down SGA.
Yep.
So just look at them pick up SGA the whole time. But what I saw on the offensive end, where I go, these guys are actually so tough. The head of the snake is Tyrese Halliburton. Now, they targeted Jalen Brunson this whole fourth quarter of this game, and it worked wonders. Tyrese Halliburton got downhill, downhill, downhill. And when you get your key players, your star players getting downhill and making decisions, that's when you get the chance to be great. And that's what they had. So what we see here is Autex had Tyrese originally. He had a pitch pass to Miles Turner, and they set that kind of brush screen with Shepherd up there, and they switched everything in the NBA, which I don't know why they do that, because you don't necessarily have to do that, but they do. So then you get Brunson in this action. Now, if you look on the weak side over there, you have Mikal Bridges, as tight as he can be to his player. He'd normally be in there, like directly under the rim.
Yep.
So now when Tyrese gets the ball, he has options, but he's probably going to turn downhill because there's no protection on the rim. So if you press play, Marc, press play, and stop. Miles Turner, what you probably would have wanted was him to set that screen a little bit tougher, but because Tyrese is so quick. And I was talking to some guys who played against him. I was talking to Shay Illy over the weekend. And I was like, what is it about Tyrese? He's like, he's so much longer than you think. So he has that ability to make that jump pass that most players can't make. But he's a quirky, shifty kind of a player. So he uses the speed. And now if you see it, if you're looking at this, what I see is a 3-on-2 opportunity. And that's all you want in the NBA. You want to have a numbers advantage, a 2-on-1, a 3-on-2. So he's turning the corner. Brunson is out of this play now. Miles Turner is going to continue to roll to the rim. Tyrese Halliburton is going to continue to drive to the rim. You drive to someone, picks you up, and it's either going to be Cat or Josh Hart that's going to pick up Tyrese. But they have, the Indiana Pacers have what they're looking for right now, because Tyrese can get downhill, hit Turner, get a layup or a floater, or hit the shooter, who is Toppin, who was shooting extremely well in these playoffs. You've got him in the corner as well. Press play, please, Marc. And stop here. Now you've got exactly what you need. This is that jump pass that I was talking about. Brunson is completely out of the play. You got Bridges coming over here as well. So if Bridges stays at home, straight to Turner. If Bridges was a little bit earlier, you've got that shooter in the corner, and Tyrese can fling that pass around. So
That's that length you were talking about too. Look at the size of Tyrese when he's fully stretched out compared to the 7-foot Cat. He's still going to be able to make that pass over the top, right?
Like, oh my God, like Cat, jump.
Oh my God, get there earlier.
Jump.
So you've got your star player with 4 options. And in the NBA, that is what you dream of. And these guys have come off, I think they had made like the last 3 buckets of Tyrese getting downhill in different actions. The Knicks were all over the show. If you press play, he makes the pocket pass. You got Turner on the rim. It's as easy as that. But they did a great job of finding advantages.
So this look here, or this sequence, they just keep going back to that.
They ran it like 3 or 4 times, but there was one time where he rejected the screen. So when you go all the way back to the top, sorry, Marc, if you go all the way back to the top, it's before this pitch pass. You just kind of expected they were just cheating it. So the defense was cheating. He saw that they were cheating. He ripped baseline. There was no help on the baseline. He got a layup. And then because they had cheated the last time or the last 2 times, he made them pay on this one. And they just picked them apart over and over again. And they play with such a pace that's going to be interesting to see how the pace of this finals plays.
Okay, can I ask 2 questions here?
Of course.
Well, actually, one's a statement and one's a question. First question is, do you look at this, if you're Shaq, you're some of these old school big dogs, right? Big boys, right? And how the game's played. So you're telling me you got Toppin in a corner stretching the floor here.
Yeah.
Now, what position's he? He's like a power forward dude,
Like
isn't
a
he?
4. Yeah.
A 4?
Yeah.
Could play a bit of center, like every now and then?
He'd be like a 3 to 5. He'd be
3
like
to 5?
But he would switch out on a 5, but he'd probably be a 3 or 4.
So why is it that if you've got 2 dudes that are, whatever, 7 foot plus, right, and you've got only Cat in New York on the floor right now that can sort of match that, like, can't you just play bully ball at times? Like, is that still a thing? Is that still like, hang on, let's just spread the floor for these boys to clear a lane for easy 2s?
For your stars, it is. But the
Toppin ain't going to work. Toppin would rather stretch the floor to a 3 than go to work on Josh Hart.
They ain't running no plays for Toppin. Toppin wouldn't have a play run.
Even if you got a smaller defender like Josh Hart, that's
game.
crazy.
The entire game, I would say he would have. No, he wouldn't have one play run for him. His points will all come from pick and pops on the 3, because he can shoot the 3, stretching the floor, dribble drives, or lobs on the rim.
So
you're
going Hallie to make plays up against Cat and Brunson, as opposed to putting Toppin in the post against Hart.
Absolutely. Every day, twice on Sundays.
Yeah, wow.
It's all based around your stars. Your stars win or lose you the game, and their stars are Tyrese and Pascal.
Yeah.
And
Pascal, man, that boy, he's a problem, eh?
Oh, he's
Good Lord.
And he's been here before too. So I don't think it's going to be a sweep. It's going to be a sweep. That Indy team is tough, and
Can they use this? Will they be utilizing this look against the Thunder, who are
great
so much
question, Marc.
better?
Great question. The hard part about playing OKC is everyone gives Shea a hard time because he gets to the free throw line, but he actually doesn't get there an absurd amount of times. Like he's in there around that 9 to 10, but James Harden, Russell Westbrook when he was flying, Kobe, Michael Jordan, they all shot around that 12, 13 free throws a game. But they're all saying that he's... But anyway, what that does is Shea getting to the free throw line allows them to set up their defense, and their half-court defense is better than most. So if Shea gets to the free throw line, they're setting up their half-court defense, and then they're tough to beat, man.
Yeah. So this NBA Finals will be a matchup. If the Pacers continue playing the way they're playing, you're expecting them to do a lot of full-court press.
Full-court press the whole time. They'll try and wear Shea out.
So they'll try and be wearing Shea out.
Yeah.
And the OKC team will be looking to set their really good half-court press and just always play from back.
That's how I'd see it. I'd say get into the free throw line, setting up a good defense, and so both teams will try to play in transition. It's how does that transition come and who's going to win the transition. Like it's sometimes your best offense is really good defense, and whoever's defense is better will win this one.
Can you see a world where the Pacers are NBA champions?
I can see a world, but
Can you?
It's not. The odds aren't as high.
Far out, man.
I can't.
I just watch them.
What's that say? It wasn't on my bingo card or whatever they say.
But I do think OKC will win. Don't get me wrong. I think OKC will win.
What do you reckon, lad? Just
6?
In 6?
Yeah, I think they could win in the 6.
Okay.
But you always want... Or they... Yeah.
I like it. I like it. You know what I did take away, sorry, was the other little statement I was going to make, is the parallel. So, like, I love when you see plays being run in league with multiple options off the back of it. And what Brooks just explained to us there is the sequence is the sequence, you know, but Hallie's got 1, 2, 3 options off the back of it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I love that. I love that because it might just be, it feels like the same look, but it's reactive to what the defense gives you, and he's got multiple options.
Yeah, so if Josh Hart stays and picks up Tyrese, then that's a top of 3 in the corner.
Play on.
Gentlemen, there has been a picture that has gone wild over the sports internet. An artist has put together his picks for the greatest of all time and then asked other people to rank him. I wanted to bring to the show today their picture and see if we can rank 1 to 9 who we think the greatest of the greatest actually is on the sports field or in the sports arena that has been. So let me pull the picture up and show you boys what we are arguing. Well, not arguing. I think we need to work together here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we may have added one as well.
Oh, yeah. Here
But
we go.
ultimately, it felt too Americana, if I'm being honest. The artist was from America. What I wanted to do, though, is go 1 to 9, the greatest of all time when it comes to sports athlete, and finish the argument with number 9. So what are we thinking, gentlemen? We do have quite a few outstanding athletes sitting on the picture.
Yeah, we do. Geez, if you've made that pick, you're doing something half decent. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, if you've made that pick, you're going all right.
How dirty is that moustache?
All right.
Yeah. Ooh, that's filthy.
Filthy animal.
That was that? That's probably not even in November.
Nah, that was just me feeling. That was actually, I should remember that. It was like mid-year last year, yeah.
I feel like it's fair to say that the NHL, and this is for our international watchers and viewers and listeners and community, MVPs, we don't see a lot of NHL. So Wayne Gretzky there.
But I know he's the man,
you're just going off like what you've heard,
Totally.
as opposed to what you saw.
And there'll be
honest
people
with
who
you,
argue about this, but ultimately, this is our observation.
I didn't even know he played for the Oilers.
Yeah.
You know, like I know he's the man.
Who's the Yankees bloke?
It's Babe Ruth.
Struth?
Babe Ruth.
Oh, Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Struth.
Babe Struth.
We're not doing a season 3.
Holy right.
Yeah, he goes all right, Babe Ruth.
Ruth.
Do you have any other questions of the people?
Nah, I
No?
sort of recognise the other blokes.
Yeah.
Is that Muhammad Bali?
Straley, Struth. And of course, Serena Williams.
Yeah. She's 10th.
Oh, Venus Williams. Sorry, my bad. Not Serena. Venus.
Is that Venus?
No, that's Serena. That is Serena.
That is Serena. Kind of does look like Venus, but.
Yeah. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Are we going
8,
9 to 1 or 1 to 9?
Let's choose number 1 first.
What?
Who are you picking?
Well, I think it's clear. Are you serious? You got to think about that? Who you pick? Well, I know who you're picking. There's only one sport that exists in your world. We've said that time and time again.
Nah, I think...
Okay, ready? We'll go count of 3, say your name, okay?
Hold on! Don't rush me. Okay, yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Sean.
Messi.
Oh, what?
You said Messi. Shaun said Shaun. Are we thinking Messi is the greatest sports GOAT?
He's pretty bloody good, man. He's
Nah.
in the biggest of sports.
Oh, so now the size of the sports matters. Mate.
No, it's always matter when it's a big sport.
I would have thought the 3 up for grabs would be Muhammad
This
Ali,
mindset and energy
Michael
through
Jordan.
the whole season when we've had debates.
When it was a
Tiger
big
Woods.
sport, it's always been a big deal.
Man, this guy could literally, he could go back and be standing on himself with some of the statements he's going to make now. That's wild that you've said Messi off the back of everything that you've also said throughout this season around GOATs and greats and...
Who would you have?
Nah, seriously, I would probably go Muhammad Ali. Just time. Mate, he went through fucking anything and everything. Culturally, not just the sport, but
Yeah, what does
Like, he
this
was
like
a
come
part-
down to? Is this like is it just what they did in their sports or like the grander scheme of things?
I reckon it's probably the grandest
yeah,
game
biggest
of things.
impact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Jordan is, to me, Jordan is ahead of like a Messi. You know what I mean? Just for like that reason alone, like he
Honestly,
transcended.
I didn't want to hear you suck, so I went with Messi. That's really I dead ass Michael Jordan number one.
You reckon?
Dead ass number one. I don't even think it's
Okay,
close.
now you're taking the piss, but
For transcending everything,
yeah,
like what he did, Mark, and tell me if I'm wrong here, but the way he moved sports and the dial of sports in the 90s, we're probably 10 years ahead of where we could be because of what he and that team did.
I think
Well,
I don't think he's number one in my personal opinion. I think he's probably top 3, definitely. I would probably put Muhammad Ali in terms
I'm
of
going Muhammad.
heavyweight champion of the world. The way he culturally, bro, there was so much political stuff going on
Yeah.
during his reign.
hard.
He had the
Tell me
title
more
was
about
taken
that,
from
Shaun.
him.
It was the whole Vietnam War. Mm-hmm. Go on. Yeah, and you
Refusing
and
to be
what?
drafted.
Well,
There you go.
I played
See,
in
that was
in
pretty good, eh?
Manila.
That was pretty good, eh?
So actually,
But
I've
what I
experienced
also
it.
take to account is when you're gonna when you've got to do something like to me, Jordan did it in a sport within a brand of the NBA. They sort of rose together. You know, Jordan played a big part in taking the NBA global, but the NBA was the government. Like he had a real good backing. Where I look at something like a boxing and a Muhammad Ali, I feel like it was just like so individual. I feel like it was like him standing on his own 2 feet
Yeah.
as the baddest man in the world on
know-
the planet. That's what it was around heavyweight boxing.
This is gonna be hard. We should actually have our own ones, not as opposed to trying to do them together.
Why don't
Because
we?
we will never come up with an agreement.
I feel like you're close on 1 and 2.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
it doesn't matter.
Oh.
I feel like 1 and 2 is pretty
Yeah.
much decided whether or not we go with
Okay.
Muhammad at top or Michael
You make
Jordan.
the call because I feel bad for how I sort of treated you a little bit today. Go.
Oh, Michael Jordan then.
Okay, Michael Jordan 1.
Go.
Muhammad 2.
3.
Tiger.
I think it's somewhere between Tiger and Messi. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I'm going Tiger, bro.
I could go Tiger too.
Tiger
goes to
I know what
three.
he did,
made golf cool.
Yeah.
Simple as that. It was a white man's sport. He made it cool for everyone to play. He brought a different dynamic. Where Messi, bless him, as good as he is,
He is him.
there was Maradona, but like there's been
Pele.
there's a whole history of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I feel like Tiger, not saying that there wasn't greats that came before him, but I feel like he talking about moving the needle, damn bro.
Tiger 3.
Yeah, shifted that bad boy.
Messi 4. All happy with Messi at 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also love that Tiger. We can take this out if it's gone too far. It was a white sport, one black guy.
Yeah.
Just the one.
Yeah.
There's and then he just came and wiped everyone out.
You hear the
Imagine if
interviews of
everyone
young
played.
Tiger, bro, pulling up to club rooms and golf courses, not being allowed in.
True.
He just had to walk straight to the driving range.
Totally.
Imagine that, bro.
And just show you keep.
And then lift the trophy, but not allowed in the building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Crazy.
yeah, wild,
Crazy.
bro, wild.
Okay, we can put Tiger.
All in our era too. All
Yeah.
in our lifetime. That's crazy. Okay, so we got Tiger, then we go Messi. That leaves us with Tom Brady.
Who do you reckon was the baddest man?
I'm gonna
Like a real bad man.
Tiger.
Yeah, he was naughty, eh? He was a naughty fella, eh?
Put him at 1. No. Okay. What? 4th now?
Yes.
no,
we got
Messi.
fourth. So we got 5th now. So we've got Tom Brady, we've got Wayne Gretzky, we've got Serena Williams.
Serena.
We've got
I'm going Serena.
Babe
I'll go
Ruth,
Serena.
I'm going
and Shaun
Serena at
Johnson.
5th.
Yeah, Serena.
Serena it is.
Yeah.
Locked in Serena. We're getting there, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We're working as a team.
So who we got left?
We've got Tom Brady, Babe Ruth, Shaun Johnson, and
And
Wayne
Gretzky.
Gretzky.
I'm gonna go that Struth bloke.
Babe Ruth. The Yankees, man. That's the biggest team in the league. Wow.
Nah, you
I'd
gotta
like to
go.
think so.
You gotta go Brady, don't you?
No, you don't.
Mark, help us out. This is your wheelhouse.
He is absolutely the greatest to have played NFL football. It is the monster in American sports, but
I've watched some of sorry, Mark. I've watched some of Babe Ruth's highlights. I think I could have
Guys,
played around that era.
remember Japanese baseball as well is highly popular.
100%. And this is
globally.
the thing, boys. You want to put someone who plays one side of that sport, only played in one nation, not a global sport.
It's the same thing for Babe Ruth. Though.
Why? You just spoke about it's played in Japan. It's
But
massive
not at
elsewhere,
that,
bro.
Not at that time, it wasn't. And he only played one side of the field.
Well, I actually don't even know anything about Babe's Truth. Like,
I feel
I couldn't care less. That's why I'm not going the hockey. Like, that's why it's just like a free-for-all, really. But
feel like-
anything that's a global sport, your tennises, your boxings, your basketball, your football.
I think that's where you've got to go to.
You've got to go-
with
your
two of
golf.
the greatest.
So we did do that, eh?
Yeah. So we go Babe Ruth comes in next. Then we have the three leftovers, the greatest in other sports. We've got Shaun, we've got Tom Brady, and Wayne Gretzky.
I'm going Tom Brady, Gretzky, and then yours truly.
Your triceps are looking good on that photo.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
They do look great.
I feel
Short
like, are we
arms.
happy with that list?
Yeah,
Very
I'm
short
really
arms,
happy with
though.
that list.
I feel like that no one can really argue with it. Maybe the only argument is 1 and 2.
Playoff.
Boys, what a way to close out the show. Another Shaun Hub, baby, we're back. Woo! Woohoo! Grateful, Gatorade. Grateful, thank you.
Greaterade.
Gatorade.
Because we're grateful of Gatorade.
Gatorade.
You're welcome.
Anyway, hey,
You're going to be like, shut up.
now,
it's Gatorade.
guys, just bear with me here, okay? Because I just want to absolutely marinate in what I'm about to talk about. Want to digest this and sit in it for a little bit, yeah?
Oh, look at that score.
Feeling myself. Obviously, it's been a great show. We're all happy. We're all friends. Love each other. Love you, Brook. Okay, so there was this try in the weekend, right? The boys are up handsomely, but then one Latrell Mitchell decided to go, you know what? I'm him. So I'm going to do some himothy things.
He is a man.
And he did some things that I alluded to earlier, probably put him in the realms of the best 40 minutes from an individual I've seen in recent memory.
The pass that we're about to see, because I think it is the pass, how many players in the NRL right now do you think could make that pass?
There were 2, but 1 retired, so only him left, right?
No, Nathan Cleary still plays.
Nah, he can't do this, but. Okay, so this is a play that a lot of teams are running. I think the Bulldogs actually run it a lot, where they get a Burden, in their case, or in this case, a Latrell, sort of just that 2 pass wide. So it's from a part of the field where you should get 5 defenders, right? And if you have 2 indicators on one side, so in this case, Chance defensively has actually put another defender that way, you know, because you've got the halfback and the fullback, which are your 2 indicators of where the ball's usually going to go. You sort of try stack that side. So good defensive numbers from the Warriors, but sometimes good defense mean nothing when you've got great attack. All right. And hopefully with me explaining this play, it might just put a little bit of perspective into the things that our wingers have to digest and process on the run in real time. Okay. So I'm going to try to talk to this video and this clip from an attack point of view. And I also want to try touch on defensively, maybe what could have done better or maybe what they're actually trying to achieve. Okay, so let's play it out. Play it out to where Latrell gets the ball. Stop there, boom. Okay, now this play here is designed to get Latrell on the 3rd defender. When I say the 3rd defender, that is the 3-man, so the 3rd defender in from the sideline, which is usually the half. Okay, so you got your winger, you got your center in Rocco Berry, and you got your half in Lukey Met. All right, he's the 3-man. All right, that's how the lingo goes around the league. Okay, now with getting Latrell the ball in this position and allowing him to get at Lukey Met, it instantly creates an overlap, right? Instantly, because outside of him, he's got a back rower, he's got a center and a winger. So the numbers, like Brook touched on earlier with what you're trying to do in the NBA is create that number. Same method here with league. Okay. Now, defensively, there are ways to stop this, and I'm sure the Warriors previewed it and maybe just missed their mark with their movements on this, which is why ultimately it ends in a try. So if you just roll it forward a little bit here and pause. So here, okay, here, this is last play. All right. Now, the easy thing for wingers to do on last play is to sit back and wait for a kick. All right, which is what a lot of wingers would do. But what Dell does really good here defensively is IDs that Alex Johnston isn't flat. He's actually in a running shape. So Dell does his job perfectly. He gets high. Remember that launch pad we spoke about a few weeks ago? He gets to the launch pad. He's nice and square. He's in a really good position to see the pass and hopefully make a play on what becomes an unbelievable ball. But some of the things that Dallin has to take into account here, right? Hear me out. Is that the shape that Latrell has out the back of him is a block shape. All right? Which is a lead runner in the back rower and Isaiah Tass out the back. All right? Isaiah Tass's positioning here makes Dallin think that he can land on the pass if he was to get the ball because Rocco Berry's compromised. He's had to sit on the lead. All right? He's had to sit on the lead. So Dallin can't just stay on his wing. Otherwise, Tass is just going to walk one in. Because Latrell will just pass the ball to Tass, and it's a simple either draw and pass or he runs one in himself.
When does Latrell, what is Latrell seeing that he goes, because as you're explaining this, it sounds like they've set up as well as they can. So when does Latrell go, I'm not going to go to Tass, I'm going to throw it out to Johnston?
I reckon he's done that knowing that the shape he's got outside of him, with Tass showing himself early to Dallin, he knows that Dallin is going to be a step late to get off to his winger to make a read. This is the intricacies of the shape that get Dallin half a step too late to be able to get to Johnston. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because it's easy for us to sit in the comment section and go, Dallin needs to stay on his man. But no, Dallin stays on his man. Tass runs one in.
So it's a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose, but we always say in league, pick your poison.
Yeah.
Pick your poison. What's the harder pass for Latrell to make here? Brooke, what would you say?
The one that he makes.
The one that he makes, right? Throw a
20-meter
cutout ball on last play. That's a bullet.
Yeah.
And let Johnson tiptoe down the sideline to score one.
For all the couch Brooks out there, we actually did go and try this last year. It is so much harder than it looks. Like, he makes this look incredible, but if you actually, the part that really threw me when we did it is running at speed.
Running at speed and doing
I thought I could make the pass.
Yeah.
But when you're running at speed and you have, what's that, Lecker, Luke, and Rocco Berry coming at you, pause.
Yeah.
Like, it is so much harder than it looks.
Like, this isn't giving Dallin an out, but this is hopefully giving a bit of insight, because I know Dal will be going to the video room and going, missed my assignment. But he's getting up on last play to defend a run shape. He knows Rocco's inside shoulder is probably where he's got to be because Latrell's been able to get at Luke.
Yep.
So he's like, okay, I've got to shut down Tass, or maybe I can land on the pass here. Oh, no. Latrell's thrown a bullet, a screamer of a ball that has just beaten me, but at least I sort of made him throw it. That's what I take away from it, okay?
That's true.
Now, sorry, before you butt in, just let me roll into defensively maybe what the Warriors could have done, okay? The change of speed Leka Halasima had here wasn't good enough. That's the bit. So if you roll it back, it looks like obviously he ends up in front of him, but when you're defending three-man, all right, and you're Lukey Met here, you want to feel that movement straight away. So it allows Luke to sort of shuffle his spacings a little bit. You know, everyone's got a role to play in sort of adjusting this. And if it doesn't happen straight away, and as a three-man defending in the line, and you don't feel that surge from your inside, you do get caught and just stuck a little bit too late.
You know, that's awesome to say that, because what I saw when I looked at it was, why didn't Luke shift earlier? But Luke couldn't shift because he hadn't felt that breeze on the inside. Yeah,
so although he gets there late, you need it quicker when you're on your trial line. Otherwise, Latrell, man, if I'm shuffling and I'm moving sideways on Latrell, and he wants to pump that ball and just take you on like he did for that try he scored, man, you ain't stopping him.
Yeah.
So that's my Shaun Hub for this week, boys. Like, last play, we see a long ball at home on the couch, but it's really more than that. There was movement outside of Latrell Mitchell that made Dallin hesitate for a second and been able to push off to Johnston and play it out. Like, goddamn, bro. Like, he's tiptoed around him. He's tiptoed around him. So it's never just one man in the defensive line. It's a domino effect. If your inside falls, you've got to collapse with it. I thought Dow did a really good job to get high, see the pass as best as he could. And one thing I know is that he won't be happy with it. I know that right edge won't be happy with it. They'll be sitting there in video going, man, we could have done this. We needed to feel this. Luke will be saying, I should have probably, transported and moved my feet a little bit. But Leka's probably saying, I needed to come and help you a little bit earlier. There's so many intricacies that go into seeing this. But ultimately, what a ball from Latrell.
Yeah. Bro, what does that feel like? Talk us through that. Sorry, and I know we're going long on this, but talk us through when you're in the defensive line and you see a Latrell Mitchell throw a ball like that. Like, do you feel at the time,
Shaun was stoked,
there's nothing we could do?
No, you do get frustrated.
Yeah.
Because it's not that there's nothing you could do. There's actually stuff you can do.
Just
but
little
when
bits.
you're fatigued, when you're in the thick of it, halfway point of a second half, that's been a pretty hard-fought game. Like, your movements are a little bit slower.
Yeah.
You know, you can clock off it. Like, you're human. As much as you rep stuff out, this is what makes our sport so good, that they'll be in the video room this week diving into, okay, we want to be able to make these movements at these times of the game, boys. Lecter will be going, I want to be able to get there to release Luke, to release Rocco, so Dal can maybe take an intercept next time and go the other way, you know, which we've seen him done. But the shape I'm talking about, that block off the back of Latrell, you go watch any Bulldogs clip where they score tries with Viliami Kikau, Matt Burton running the footy on last play. It's the same play. Kikau out the back, centre leading, but this time, Tass, different personnel, and Latrell goes whack.
What a pill, man.
All right.
Johnson, incredible too.
Johnson, incredible. 3 tries to what? Take him up past 200, I think. Special
200
shout out,
club,
bro.
baby.
That's freakish.
Yeah, good set of
200
hands.
tries? Good Lord.
All right, that's us. That is us for another week.
Yeah.
Well, not another week. That's just us for another show. But we do have one more show
Will
to
we come back on Thursday, Brook?
Nah, probably not.
No?
That's us.
Nah, but man, hey, I'm feeling like happy, eh? Just stoked. Thanks, Betcha. Love you guys.
Play on.
Lambrongini. Look at the speed! Shaun Johnson! Aguero! It's over! Pass is intercepted at the goal line.
In your life have you seen anything like that?
Elliott hits it over the grandstand, and New Zealand are in the World Cup final!
Play on. Play on. Play on. Play on.